NBA Youngboy is one of the hottest rappers in the game, but he's also faced a lot of legal problems and pressure from police since first blowing up. Most recently, his Texas home was raided by a SWAT team and 3 NBA affiliates got arrested in connection with a shooting that happened last November. Let's take a closer look at what happened. On Tuesday, January 25th, the Texas home of NBA Youngboy was raided by a SWAT team, 3 men got arrested, and multiple weapons were seized. Youngboy is the official owner of the property, and his mom, Sharana Golden, still lives there. But the rapper is currently on house arrest and locked down at an estate in Utah while he awaits trial for his recent federal gun case. It's not clear if his mom was present during the raid. Neither Youngboy or his mom was arrested. The 3 NBA affiliates, Romello Williams, Daryl Brown, and Carlio Galeen, were arrested on charges ranging from robbery to aggravated assault. A spokesperson for the sheriff's office stated the arrests were related to a shooting that happened back in November. On November 10, 2021, the Harris County Sheriff's Office responded to a call about an altercation that occurred on the 700 block of Barron Springs around 12:30 p.m. During the fight, someone pulled out a gun and started shooting. 2 suspects fled the scene and were being pursued by police. A 20-year-old man was shot multiple times in the body and head. He was rushed to an urgent care facility by a private vehicle, then transported to Ben Taub Hospital for further treatment. He was facing life-threatening injuries, but luckily, he survived and is now out of the hospital. The police have somehow connected these 3 NBA affiliates to the shooting. During the raid, the SWAT team also seized multiple weapons, including AR-15s, pistols, and other rifles. The raid came just a few days after Youngboy dropped his 17th mixtape, Colors. The rapper's been dropping songs and videos non-stop since being released from jail back in October after posting a $500,000 bond. According to Youngboy's producer, Jason Cheese Goldberg, the rapper's taking a break from releasing music while he works on his next album. He's been going through it over the past year, fighting a federal gun case ever since he was arrested by the FBI back in March of last year. He was released in October 2021 on a $500,000 bond and has been on house arrest ever since at a property in Utah. Youngboy was first arrested on September 28, 2020 after police were called to the scene of a music video in his hometown of Baton Rouge. Neighbors called the cops and reported seeing a group of men hanging around an abandoned house with large guns. Police arrived at the scene and ended up arresting 16 people, including Youngboy, for various charges, including distribution and manufacturing of drugs and possession of stolen firearms. At first, the rapper was granted bond and released pending trial. In early 2021, it was announced that the entire NBA crew was being investigated by the FBI. According to Youngboy's attorneys, the FBI called the investigation Operation Never Free Again, and they were set on taking down the rapper and anyone affiliated with him. Then, on March 10th, the rapper was indicted by a grand jury in Louisiana and was charged with 1 count of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and 1 count of possession of an unregistered firearm. A warrant was issued for his arrest, and Youngboy was taken into police custody on March 23rd after a brief chase. When the LAPD tried to pull him over, he tried to drive off and escape, but after a short pursuit, he got out of the car and ran away on foot. He tried to run for a while, but was eventually caught after being tracked by a canine unit. He was brought into custody and spent the next 7 months behind bars. A California judge granted him a pretrial release after he agreed to post a bond secured by several of his million-dollar properties. But his release also needs to be approved by a judge in Louisiana, because that's where he first got arrested. In early April, a Louisiana judge revoked his bond, citing his history of parole violations and violent behavior over the past few years. The judge called Youngboy dangerous and reckless, pointing to images of the rapper posing with weapons, including one showing him holding an assault rifle next to a young fan. So, he had to stay in jail for a few more months. But being one of the hottest artists in the world, he hired some good lawyers and they eventually came up with a plan that satisfied the judge. Rather than return to his home state of Baton Rouge or another city like LA where he might get into it with other rappers, Youngboy would await trial on house arrest near the home of his mentor in Layton, Utah. His team also hired armed security to monitor the property and ensure that he followed all the conditions of his release. His mentor, Kyrie Oliver, who testified on Youngboy's behalf, said she met him while working at a Baton Rouge school and kept in touch with him ever since. She told the court that if Youngboy was released, she would keep an eye on him. Prosecutors questioned this, pointing out that Youngboy had paid Oliver $600,000 to serve as a celebrity assistant from January 4th to February 1st. Plus, they argued that Bedrock Security, the security firm Youngboy was planning on hiring, would make $21,000 per week for his services, creating a similar issue. Atlantic Records CEO Julie Greenwald also testified on the rapper's behalf. She told the court that the company had already invested over $2 million in Youngboy and that they plan on helping him construct a home studio in Utah where he could focus on his music and stay out of trouble. On October 22nd, Judge Shelley Dick decided to reverse her prior ruling and allow Youngboy to be released under strict supervision. In addition to the conditions his attorneys came up with, he was also required to wear an ankle monitor, was given a strict curfew, and limited to only 3 visitors at a time. So after posting a $500,000 cash bail, the rapper went straight to Utah, where he's been ever since. Most people with the open Fed case will probably just count their blessings and try to stay out of trouble. But ever since he's been released, Youngboy continued to make headlines. While still behind bars, the rapper dropped his 3rd studio album, Sincerely Cantrell, which debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 200. This made Youngboy the third rapper to have a #1 album while locked up after Lil Wayne and Tupac. In December, he also shocked fans by dropping a video for the song Blackball, which showed him wearing lipstick and eye makeup with the words "Rock and Peace" written on his cheeks. While it's nothing new for artists to paint their faces for shock appeal, it seemed odd for a street rapper like Youngboy. In a clubhouse session with DJ Academics, Youngboy revealed that he liked painting his face because it makes him feel more comfortable.
I like painting my face, well, putting makeup on, I don't know. I like to look in the mirror and see everything black.
He also appeared in a photo on his sister's IG with his face fully painted in black and white makeup. He was later seen with the same look in the video for his song Emo Rockstar. So, it looks like he's experimenting with a new style. Some fans are giving him heat for it, while others have praised his individuality and willingness to take risks. But the biggest controversy Youngboy's created in the months he's been released is probably dissing King Von and O Block on the track Bring the Hook. On the song, Youngboy raps, "This that Squid Game, O Block pack get rolled up, murder what they told us, Atlanta boy get folded up, get your these throwing up green flags, throwing an NBA up for me, set you up to bust your ass." So, he wasn't just sending subliminals, he was calling out O Block by name and dissing King Von, who died in Atlanta back in November 2020. As most rap fans already know, Von was killed following an altercation with Youngboy's artist, Quando Rondo, outside of a hookah lounge in Atlanta. Ever since then, O Block and the NBA camp have had problems. But Youngboy spent the last year fighting his case, so it seemed like the beef died down, while both sides were focused on their own situations. Now, out of nowhere, Youngboy's making it known that he still don't like him. It ain't exactly clear what led to the diss, but it seems like Youngboy wanted to hype up his new album and knew exactly what would get people talking. Plus, Youngboy might be going away for a while given his pending Fed case, so he might want to get it off his chest while he still had the chance. The bars resulted in a quick response from some of Von's homies. Lil Durk posted a photo of himself under a portrait of Von with the caption, "Don't claim it if you ain't do it, you still a b***." Lil Reese also chimed in, commenting on a tweet that DJ Academics posted about the song. Academics tweeted, "NBA Youngboy on demon time right now, sheesh, and he dropping the whole tape Friday." Lil Reese responded by saying, "That ain't no demon time, he just rapping like the rest of these rappers all rap." NLE Choppa also hopped into the discussion, replying to Reese's comment by saying, "I stamped that." This led to a separate situation between Youngboy and Choppa. A fan ran up on NLE while he was alone at the airport and got into a fight with him, showing exactly how crazy Youngboy's fanbase really is. However, in a recent interview, NLE Choppa said it wasn't an NBA fan, but one of his own fans who got shook the wrong way. So now Youngboy has half the industry mad at him. But Youngboy's never been an artist who cared about how the rest of the industry felt about him. He's managed to build one of the most insane fan bases in hip-hop, all on his own, and don't seem like he cares about doing features or being cool with other rappers. Just recently, he dropped a song and video with another rapper who was canceled by the industry, DaBaby. So, there's clearly artists who still rock with him, no matter how many enemies he makes. All of Youngboy's antics have been great for his album sales, but probably won't help with his case. He's looking at doing up to 10 years for the gun charge and could do more if they can tie him to other crimes. It's not clear if police believe he was somehow connected to the shooting that led to the raid on his home, or it just happened to involve NBA affiliates. But it's definitely not a good look given his current situation. More info will probably come out once the defendants appear in court, so stay posted for updates.